Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to dr.boycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. I am sitting here and I am wanting to share something that's really on my mind. I've been thinking about this, and for a long time, I wasn't really going to talk much about it. But, you know, there's a point where honesty is just the best policy. And I'm kind of tired of beating around the bush and being nice about it. I don't believe in straddling the fence. I don't really come on here to talk to you guys in an effort to be popular. I could care less about about people, liking me and me fitting in and all this other stuff. And the honest reason why I don't really want to fit in and be the coolest guy on the block is because where I come from, the kids who were the cool kids were the ones who ended up in jail. The guys who were the cool guys were the ones who became drug addicts. The kids who became the cool kids were the ones who end up with 8 babies, mamas, and STDs, no money in the bank, and struggling. And so, one of the things that I've always hated, I'm going to tell you the truth. One thing I've always hated about being a Black man is that there's a type of immaturity that exists in our community, a type of immaturity that is stifling. It does not allow us to move forward. It keeps us looking like motherfucking clowns. And I just don't want any part of any of that. So there's this guy named Kwame Brown. And Kwame Brown, I did not know anything about this dude. Kwame, I just knew he was the number one draft pick in the NBA draft back in the day. Michael Jordan picked him. I know that they made fun of him because they considered him to be a bust and all these other things, right? They said, oh, he's not that good or whatever. I didn't care. I was never the guy who attacked him. I never sat around thinking about the fact that Kwame wasn't as good as they thought he was going to be. I just knew that this was the conversation in sports, but I didn't really care, right? So 20 years later, Kwame pops up on the internet. He's doing these videos, and suddenly he kind of pops off, blows up, you know. And I still didn't care because I don't really watch YouTube videos. And but everyone seemed to like what he was talking about. He does this thing called Mommas cooking, and he likes to roast people and stuff like that. And that's not my thing because I'm not really. I know that the best way to be popular on the internet is to be a comedian, and the reason I think that that's true is because people see the Black man as a joke. When the Black man is telling jokes, then that is a way of neutering him and basically turning him into a bitch. And so, effectively, I don't get into any of that. I just remain silent. I just say, okay, that's what people do. But the reality is that the Black man is seen almost like a kid, like a teenager. You got a lot of 40-year-old men that, they got hair on their balls, but really they're not men. These guys that say, well, I'm not going to be no stepdaddy. Well, you're saying that shit because Kevin Samuels said it, and you're repeating what Kevin Samuels said when everybody knows that if it wasn't for some Black man stepping up and helping you out when your daddy wasn't around, that you never would have become the person you are today. Right? It's silly. It's what I call the nigger net. I never wanted to be part of the nigger net. I never wanted to be part of the niggatry that exists on the nigger net. Just this really ridiculous backward thinking. This sort of like I'm gonna get on here and yell and scream, and that's the same as actually making progress. This desire to beef as opposed to resolve your conflicts. I'm not a fan of that. So I was never really into what Kwame did. I just kind of ignored it. I didn't really care. And for some reason, and then I was asked a question about something with Kwame, and I did a little video about it. And in the video, I went out of my way to be exceptionally supportive, even though honestly, deep down, it ain't my type of thing. His content's not my thing. I can't watch more than 3 or 4 minutes of it because I'm kind of like, okay, where are we going? What are we learning? How are we getting better here? And so effectively, I just basically said, hey, bro, you may not want to put the N word in your titles because if you put the N word in your title, they'll take your channel down because that is what they would do if you were white. So next thing I know, Kwame's doing a video on me, literally like 5 minutes later. And I'm like, why is he doing a video about me? I'm not that important. Like, what? And he completely went out of his way to misinterpret everything that I was saying. I mean, have you ever had that happen where you just like, wait, you completely took everything I said totally out of context and you're coming up with your own interpretation that almost sounds like it came from another planet. So I'm getting calls from people who are saying, yeah, why is Kwame mad at you? And then I'm getting all these messages from people. Oh, you got mama's cooking. You got mama's cooking. I'm like, what the fuck is mama's cooking? No, I'm sorry. Okay, you go in the kitchen and cook with mama. Daddy's out here trying to build something. Daddy's trying to do daddy's work. Daddy's hunting. You go deal with mama's cooking, because I don't even know what that means, but I did not care. Right. And so the thing was, it was really frustrating and confusing to me. And I was like, okay. And people are like, well, you should have called him. You should have called him. I'm like, how do I call him? I don't know this man. I don't know NBA players. I don't hang out with celebrities. I don't try to. I know a couple of them because they reach out to me. I talk to Ice Cube because Ice Cube called me. I did not call Ice Cube. and and so it was one of those weird things where I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to call Kwame Brown? Like, you think I got his phone number? I don't have this man's phone number. And it's so what I did notice was noticed a lot of groupthink. And this is the type of thing that I'm not a fan of. In the Black community, you can notice groupthink when you see people repeating the same thing over and over again. So I kept seeing people saying, Mama's cooking, or you should have called him. You should have called him. I'm like, okay, I get it. So he said in the video, he should have called me. And now you're saying you should have called him, right? Because people are not that smart, just to be honest with you. And people think it's elitist to say that people aren't that smart, but that's fucking true. You know that shit's fucking true. I mean, I don't know about y'all. I know y'all got some relatives that are like, it ain't that they're really dumb, in like determined to be, or they're gonna be stuck being stupid, but they want to be stupid. They want to be dumb. They want to be anti-intellectual. They want to go backwards. They don't want to process information. They don't want to grow, right? So it's not about being ignorant or uneducated. I'm not even talking about formal education. I'm talking about the desire to have critical thinking skill necessary for you to actually solve a problem. I'm talking about the desire to say, okay, how do I get past my own emotions, my own feelings, my own ego, so that I can figure out how to actually come up with a constructive solution, how I can actually get along with people, so I spend more time building than I spend destroying. Because if Kwame took any time to watch my platform on any level, he would know that not only am I friends with all the people that he shouts out Claude Anderson. Claude Anderson's like a father to me. I talk to this man twice a week. He shouts out Joe Brown. Joe Brown is very close. I'm cool with Joe Brown and his people. He shouts out Ice Cube. Me and Ice Cube, we work together on a lot of big projects. So I'm like, if all of our friends are the same people, then maybe you and I could be friends if you got on the phone with me and we talked it out. But instead, it becomes this weird thing that I just have no appreciation for. It becomes this high school thing. Like, I'm going to get mad. I'm going to make a video about you. I'm going to roast you because I'm going to talk about you with mama's cooking. Mama's cooking, boy. I'm going to give you some mama's cooking, boy. What the fuck does that mean? Like, like, what are you talking about? like, are we really like 18 now? Like, and look, my feeling with Kwame was like, is that, and the only reason I'm talking about this, in case you want to know why I'm talking about it, it's because the man has done a video about me every single day. He's literally done a video almost every single day. Well, he did 2 videos about me today. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm not that important. And I'm not your enemy, right? The white man's your enemy. White supremacy is your enemy. How about we fight that? How about we come together and fight white supremacy? How about, and I'm going to tell you, I get these messages from people. I'm going to tell you about a little bit about my world, what I see on my end. I get these messages. You should have kept Kwame's name out your mouth. Well, first of all, fuck you. And second, because I'm gonna talk about what I want. The white man can't shut me down. You can't shut me down either. So, I'm not worried about enemies, foreign or domestic. I'm not scared of the white man trying to shut me down. I'm not scared of Negroes trying to shut me down. That's just not gonna work. But then, second of all, what are you talking about? If you talk about keeping somebody's name out of your mouth, my name was in his mouth a lot. My name was in his mouth a lot more than his name was in my mouth. I didn't really even mention the brother until I kept hearing that he's doing all these videos over and over again. And every time you say his name, it's like, you're not allowed to say his name. That doesn't make any sense to me. That seems like kind of strange. That seems almost like mentally ill, because people say my name all the time, everywhere, all across the world. And I don't tell people they don't have the right to say my name. And even that language, that rhetoric, keep my name out your mouth, nigga, nigga. Can we try to have a grown-up conversation? Can we at least get to the point as Black people? And this is where I'm drawing the line in the sand. I swear to God, I'm drawing the line in the sand right now. I don't need to be, I really don't come on the internet because I'm trying to fit in. I do not want to fit into a culture that's losing. I want to play with the winners, whatever that looks like. And to me, the winners are Black people who are succeeding, Black people who are doing their best. And I'm not talking about being rich. I'm not talking about going to school and have a lot of education. I'm not talking about that stuff, that those other standards. I'm talking about people that want to build the future, people that want to do better. And somebody says that I'm the elder. Yeah, I am the elder, but at the same time, the elder should be respected. So when you disrespect your daddy or disrespect your older brother, at some point he's going to say, okay, you need to chill with all this. So no, as the elder, that does not mean I sit there and allow somebody to constantly lie about me, constantly somehow assume that because Charlemagne had me on his show that I support the raping of a little girl. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what kind of weird stretch of the imagination is that? So no, there's a point where if you go in there, if you're talking about elders, then where's the respect? If I reach out and I say, let's talk on the phone, because clearly you didn't understand what I was trying to say, and you just say, well, no, I'm going to make a video about you. I'm going to gossip about you, about things that you don't even know. What am I supposed to do? Are you supposed to sit there and say, well, I'm the elder, I'm going to be quiet? No, I'm sorry. I see your comment, JB. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. But no, if you're lying on another Black person, making things up, like misconstruing 20, I've been putting in work 25 years for Black people. You go check my record, check my track record. 10,000 videos. I've done probably thousands of articles. I've taught over 1 million Black people how to buy their first share of stock. Some of y'all in here right now have more money in your pocket because of things that I have shared with you. I've done the work. I've done the work. So to somehow come in with this interpretation that I'm somehow part of the elite, it's the most crazy thing I've ever seen. I'm like, what fucking elite am I a part of? Did I go to the NBA and have white people pay me $64 million to play basketball? Do you know that if I had six white people pay me $64 million to play basketball, do you know how much I could have done with that money? I had to build this on my own. I had no help. White people don't give me anything. So what are you talking about? I get it, right? Okay, you got the go along, get along gang and that whole thing, and that's all fun and good. But it's like, I don't work for ESPN. I'm not Stephen A. Smith. Like, what are you talking about? It's not logical. So my position is this: look, when I hear people that say, "Well, don't you be talking about Kwame? Don't you, keep Kwame's name out your mouth? He gonna give you that mama's cooking." I'm like, yeah, well, maybe you should talk to your boy about having facts. You're talking about a person you've never met. You've never met me. We've never had a conversation. So how do you suddenly have all these interpretations and understandings of who I am as a human being when you don't even take the time to do the research? Right now, this is probably one of the most his platform right now, and God bless him. Shit, I hope he gets 1 million views. The fact that so many people love that platform is really a reminder of just how behind a lot of our people are. It's just honest God truth. Because here's the deal: there's nothing about that platform that unifies Black people. Nothing. There's nothing there that says, let's figure out how we can all get together and do something great together. It is, I'm going to attack this person today, that person tomorrow, another person tomorrow, and I'm going to attack all these Black people. And remember, when you're attacking me, just understand, Dr. Claude Anderson is looking over there like, what the hell's going on? Why are you attacking Boyce? Right? So if you're attacking me, you're attacking him because we're very closely aligned. So I'm just trying to help people. This is not even really for everybody. I'm not here to try to convince, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 people to change their opinion. I'm not trying to change your opinion, just so you know. I'm not trying to do that at all. If your opinion is the wrong opinion, then that's okay. You can unsubscribe, or you will be unsubscribed. Like, you will be removed. Like, this is not the place for you, right? It's not an elite thing. It's not like you have to be educated or have money. No, you just got to have the right mindset. I want to be around Black people that actually want to connect and grow and build. I don't want to be part of the nigger net. I don't want to be part of the negativity. I don't give a shit about mama's cooking. I don't care about, I'm not going to sit here and call, just say all these things and think that somehow because I told a bunch of jokes that somehow means that I'm making real progress in the community. Jokes are not progress. Jokes means that you're an entertainer. And Black people love entertainment. So that's why so many people love the platform, I'm sure. And I think that's all great. Good. So I'm not here to change anybody's opinion. I'm really here to talk to people that have logic and rationale. Some of Kwame's own friends have called me and said, I'm really confused about what he's doing right now. I've had people go public, Ron Artest and some others who said, I saw the video and what Dr. Boyce said, I don't think Dr. Boyce was attacking him. But because Kwame went on his channel and said, he's attacking me, y'all, everybody suddenly, because people don't think for themselves, they start saying, well, you attacked him. Why you attacking him? Keep his name out your mouth. So remember, if I'm a man, there's a point where you have to speak up for yourself as a man. And so I'm just here to tell you, just straight up point blank period. um I am completely prepared to, I have, I think, 293,000 people that follow me on Instagram. I am prepared to go down to literally 2,000 people left. I'm prepared to lose 2,000 or 291,000 of those 293,000 people if that's what the price is for me to make a point by saying, black people, you sound fucking stupid right now, to say, what the hell is this nonsense? If you want to know why the white man has his foot on your neck, why the white man dominates you the way he does, it's because you don't you don't honor the right ideas. You don't think in a way that is constructive. You're not really, as a community, trying to build anything. You like all the beef. You like seeing you love the idea of a black man coming in and just creating as much chaos as he possibly can. I'm going to attack him today. I'm going to get him today. Oh, mama's cooking, right? You can attack everybody but yourself. You can criticize everybody but yourself, right? Everybody's fucked up except for you. Well, I'm sorry. You know what, people? You know what that's called? That's called a demagogue. That's demagoguery. That's some Umar Johnson type shit. That's some Jim Jones type stuff. That's narcissism. And a lot of times, part of the reason that you honor mentally ill people is because mental illness is a big thing in your community. You love crazy people because a lot of our people are crazy too. It ain't your fault. Sure, I know trauma is big, right? We go through things as children. Racism is a motherfucker. The white man treats you like shit. So you gravitate toward the most toxic behavior you can possibly find. And this shit is toxic as fuck because I can tell you, I could put it on a stack of Bibles. When somebody reached out to me about Kwame, I said, sure, let me talk to him. Let me just, I'll even apologize if I have to just get him to understand I'm not his enemy. But I think at this point, the man feels like everybody is his enemy. He feels like everybody is attacking him. He feels like everybody hates his guts. And that he's the hero that's standing up for the little guy against everybody that's trying to take him down. Brother, everybody ain't trying to motherfucking take you down. Get off that paranoia. Like, seriously, I know that you went through 20 years where people made fun of you. I know that you went through 20 years where people called you a bust. I know you went through 20 years of hurt and pain of having to play with Michael Jordan, having people ridicule you and dog you and say terrible things that should never be said to a child. And I apologize for that. I'm very sorry that you went through that. But I was not one of those people. I never made fun of you. I would have defended you. I would have supported you. I would not have attacked you. So why are you consistently attacking me when I did nothing to you at all? All I said was, if you put the N word in your video title, white folks gonna take it down. Somehow you construed that to mean that I was somehow letting YouTube know I'm secretly informing YouTube about their own algorithms. Like, YouTube doesn't fucking know their own algorithms. They don't know their own process, their own procedures. But somehow, because I did it on my little tiny channel, I did because I said it, that somehow YouTube is gonna say, "Oh, that's right. That's right. We do actually have a rule that says if you put hate speech in your title, we can take the video down." Are you serious, brother? Are you serious? And don't tell me to stick to finance, Quentin, because you're going to get banned from the channel. If you do that, I want you to know, if you say something like that, I told you guys from the jump, I am not a finance professor who happens to be black. I'm a black man who happens to be a finance professor. So if you come in here and tell me to stick to finance, that's just like telling a black man to shut up and dribble. I am not here to shut up and dribble. I told you guys, and I'm not on the internet because I'm trying to somehow because I need to be here. I do not need to be here. There are plenty of places a PhD can be that has plenty of money that do not involve dealing with this kind of nonsense. So just stop that. Just know I have moderators. If you keep doing that, they will ban you. They will kick you out of this platform. You will be gone. Being here is a privilege. It's not a right. I am not looking to get followers or to become popular. One thing I understood from the very beginning when I started talking about stuff in the black community was this. My goal was to never be popular. In fact, I don't like being too popular at all. That is not my goal. Because when you start becoming popular in our community, it's usually because you own some bullshit. If you become overly popular in the black community, it's usually because you're like Lizzo shaking your obese ass in front of white people. If you are popular in the black community, it's because you're a comedian putting on a wig and a dress and telling jokes. If you're popular in our community, it's because you're an athlete or a rapper who's rapping about black people's genocide. If you are popular in our community, it's because you are glorifying ignorance. If you are overly popular in the community, it's usually because white folks have put you on TV. If you are popular in our community, it's usually because you are engaged in some sort of toxic, self-destructive behavior that we become addicted to because we don't know any better. We have no standard. We don't know how to sit down like men and say, okay, how do we get past our egos and work this out so that we can move forward and become the better people? We don't have that. We don't have that. But instead we get, you got mama's cooking. You got mama's cooking. Oh, you better keep your name out your mouth. You got mama's cooking. Really, 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 you sound like a 12-year-old. Like, are you, wait, you said you're 30, what? Yeah, no. Y'all, when you're talking like that, just know, if you ever want to know why people don't respect you, or don't respect our community, it's because we've allowed the children to lead the community. I'm not talking about Kwame as a child. I'm not saying he's one of the children, but I am saying that he's a brother that clearly has a talent. He clearly has a voice. He's clearly got a lot of influence. And all I've seen is that influence is being used for destructive purposes. It's being used for division because you guys have never ever once, since Umar, the only time you ever saw me do a video like this was in 2015 when Umar Johnson did the same damn thing. Instead of talking to me like a man, instead of getting on the phone with me like a man and working out the differences, his ego led him to say, well, I'm not going to talk to him, but I'm going to put a meme up and make fun of him in a meme. I'm going to do a video. That's little girls. That's teenager stuff. That's you're behaving like a child. I want to be with the grown men and the grown women. And I know that I know I'm not going to be popular after this. I know I'm going to have people. I know, just so you know, if you're trolling, don't waste your time trolling me. You got more important people to troll. But I'm gonna tell you, I already know what's gonna happen. I already know that when I get done talking about this, I'm gonna have some people that are gonna be like, "Well, we're disappointed in you, Doc," or "You need to keep his name out your mouth." So I'm gonna lose a lot of support off this. But I give zero fucks about any of that. You know why? Because I'm drawing a line in the motherfucking sand. I literally am saying, let's draw this line. Those of y'all that want to come with me, come with me. Those of y'all that want to stay back in the nonsense, stay there. And I wish you the very best because this stuff is stupid. I did my best to help this guy. I did my best to be supportive. I was trying my best to be friends. And this nonsense is coming up. And so that's my 2 cents on the issue. If you want to know what I think, that's what I think. I haven't watched the entirety of any of his videos. I told you guys, I got more important things to do, sit around watching YouTube videos. And I watch a little bit of Kwame stuff, but it doesn't really add any value to my life. Honestly, it's comedy, right? But again, black people get enough comedy. We have enough entertainment. That's why we don't get nothing done, because you're always sitting around looking for entertainment. I want education. I want to grow. I want my kids to have a good life. I want to be successful. I want to overcome racism. I don't want the white man with his foot on my neck. I want to have some power. So at the end of the day, those are my people. And if the people think it's elitist, then fuck it. Maybe we need to start becoming elite and start seeing black excellence as something that we deserve instead of thinking that we got to start from the bottom. Why the hell? What's wrong with a black person having some goddamn black pride? Why the fuck is black pride elite? You think that's elitist to say, I'm proud to be black. I want to be special. I want to be successful. I want to read a goddamn book. I don't want to sit around and just, engage in all the same backward behavior that messed up our people. I want to do something better with myself. So if people think that's elitist, then just call me an elite motherfucker, because that's what the fuck I'm going to be. And I'm looking for the other elite people out there. So anyway, I'm going to go. And thank you, Brixton, babe. I see you. Thank you for your donation. And it looks like you understand where I'm coming from. And those are the people I'm looking for. So really it's gonna be about 10% of the people. You know what I fully expect? I'm gonna tell you what I expect. I expect, out of 293,000 followers on Instagram, my Instagram's the real Boyce Watkins. If you want to follow me, I'm gonna probably have about 275,000 in a couple of weeks, because I'm gonna piss enough people off, and that's okay. So I want to thin the herd. I really do. I want people that are tired of this bullshit. I want people that want something more mature. I want people that want something that's going to be more productive. I want people that want to win. I don't want people that are determined to lose and that are looking to create the seeds of division. Remember, think about this, right? When Biggie and Pac were arguing and going back and forth, that beef could have been squashed with one sit down. If Farrakhan had sat those two down and had them talk it out, he could have squashed that beef in 30 minutes and both those guys would be alive right now. But instead, you had people in the middle, people that would love to egg it on, people that love talking shit, who were jumping back and forth and created this nonsense about East Coast, West Coast, even though Pac was from New York. That didn't even make any damn sense. And I think, and the same thing happens on the internet. You have people, you have people out here that are very feminine in their behavior, who will run back and forth like little bitchy teenage girls and will go and say, well, you know, he said this about you. Oh, you better keep his name out your mouth. Oh, like, just really doing whatever they can to create as much division as possible because they want to see people self-destruct. They want to see chaos. They thrive off the chaos. They love the chaos, right? And I don't like that. I'm not a fan of any of that. So if you want to know why I did this video, if you want to know why I brought this up, if you want to know why I had this definitive discussion on the issue, it is because there have been probably about 6 or 7 videos that Kwame Brown has done about me in the last like 5 days. And I keep getting calls from people who are like, what is he doing? I don't understand this. I'm talking about guys from the NBA. I'm talking about guys that are in the media, guys that, people that don't really talk to me that much, but people that are like friends of his. They're like, I apologize. I think he got it wrong. I don't know. And they're like, well, maybe you should just talk to him. I'm like, yeah, well, tell him. I mean, I'd be happy to talk to him. I don't know the guy's number. And it's just real weird to me. And so again, I'm gonna go, but just so you know, if you're trolling, you're wasting your time trolling because I do have moderators and they're gonna block you, they're gonna kick you out. So just know that that's going to happen. And because I don't care about being your friend, I don't care about being popular amongst people that are losing. I want to be connected to people that want to win and people that understand how this type of behavior is exactly why our community is not moving forward. So that's my 2 cents on the issue. I'm about to get out of here. You guys have a good night. I love you. See you soon. Peace.